To me, I always put it this way that if Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates win the league, Sunwolves have won it a number of times now, but if one of the Soweto Giants win the league, it just augurs well for South African football. The amount of work that goes into this brand of Kaizer Chiefs is just unbelievable. It's just mind-boggling, and so I definitely think it would be good for South African football. I think I can say, hopefully that, they have a clean bill of injuries, no injuries at all, clean bill of health, and the consistency comes in, which you can see, and at the end of the day, the coach can do as much as he can do. At the end of the day, the players must come to the party, and I believe the Kaizer Chiefs players have got the mentality. You saw it today. They do have the mentality to go all the way, and we wish them all the best.
We'll start with Coach Owen.
Okay. I definitely believe that this is the biggest crowd that we've ever played under. There's no doubt about that. I mean, this was even more than the final. So, I mean, that is very, very good for South African football. It's good for Kaizer Chiefs, and it's good for us. It was a mind-blowing experience for most of the players that have ever, for them, it's the first time to play the CPUs, the 19-year-old Bata who came on there. It was just a very, very good experience for them. And I definitely just thought maybe it just got to them a little bit. I think you're right. I think the crowd got a little bit to them. But the only way they're going to grow is to experience such situations. You have 2, 3 of these. I think the players can only get better and they can just grow.
Yeah, it's definitely a situation where the players of Kaizer Chiefs must be able to handle this pressure, this environment. Of course, we see sometimes certain players are not really so far prepared, but it's a growing factor too. Today, I think each and everybody who was on the field got inspired, not only by the birthday, of course, by the crowd, and we are aware about it. We have a huge, huge, huge support currently, of course, through the work all together, being in a position where we are in the moment, and we are 100% convinced about that. We have another crowd on Sunday afternoon, 3:30, playing Cape Town City here again in the F&B environment, and we're looking forward to it. We're happy about it.
We're sitting without a left back at the moment. All 3 left backs injured. I definitely think that I have spoken to our technical director, and it's a very difficult period to get players. Most of the best players are tied up, and to bring in an inexperienced player again, it takes 5, 6, 7 matches before they really get into the game. So it's a very difficult period. So maybe with a bit of luck, we can get 1 or 2 players that we can strengthen. But we're looking, and we still have 1 foreign spot left, so that could be a possibility. But for local top quality players, I think it's really a difficult period now of the season to get players who can come in and just slot in.
Yeah, my sleeping habits are quite normal. Of course, before each and every game, I don't sleep too much. I'm researching, I'm looking into options, what the own squad is possible in terms of the tactical setup, in terms of elements, what we need to do. That's a normal way. That's of course it's and I think if this is not there anymore, that we as coaches have not tension, have not a certain area of being nervous or being grabbed into an environment, then I can promise you, if I don't have this anymore, I'm stopped coaching immediately. I have it, and I'm, of course, it's a huge, fantastic advantage we have as coaches. Unfortunately, in the moment, every 3 days, but there's nothing to complain about it. If you manage a company, you have to wait till the 31st of December every year. And we have to wait we get our result, and we get the final result of what we are doing, what we are preparing, what we are busy with it every 3 days or every 6 or 7 days. And of course, it's a nice relief. It's a nice, fantastic thinking. And together with the players, I can describe it that we have a very happy environment in our dressing room. There's no doubt. Number of players we are trusting, number of players where we believe we can achieve what we want. Of course, players like Ndiatia and Kotsomelokeo, for example, today, first time in the starting 11 over weeks. And that was definitely not an easy task, in particular with a game on this magnitude with supporters, with a crowd. But good, we are working with them. They know what to do. We are really putting them into a frame to say, okay, let's make it simple, make it easy, contribute. And then, of course, don't underestimate. We have a certain set up core players. We always talk about in a defense with Daniel Cardozo and Eric, with Willard and George and Lebo. And meanwhile, Castro is definitely a core player too. These guys are guiding the probably younger, probably the players are not really regularly in, where some changes are. They are able to guide these players, to monitor it during the games, probably during the game, even able to coach them, to keep it simple or to do some stuff in a different way. And I think this is definitely something what's important, where I come and use this word from Owen, the consistency of having these core players on. If you have these core players on, then you can take 2 or 3 or 4 changes. We have seen it in this game against Chippa United in Port Elizabeth. We have seen it today, and of course they contributed in a very productive way. I'm very happy. Leonardo, yeah, I said it already. It's unbelievable. Till probably it was my fault. I don't know. Till May, end of May, I didn't even know that he was able to speak English in a proper way. No, let's be honest. He was very introvert, very not really inside the team, and he started really showing up in a different way. And of course, we said it several times, we did a lot off the field to really unlock attitude, unlock certain direction with all this experience we had in this final 6 months of the season 2018-19. And yeah, good, he feels free. I saw it quite quick during the preseason, where I saw, wow, this is something what could work, in particular with Sami and him, to have 2 players in the front who are really putting a stamp in a different direction, what's really not well known in South Africa, with a certain power, physical presence into it. Good, and yeah, we made a decision quite quick. Everybody was happy. He wanted to stay. We had a very clear understanding. Contract was there, and we moved on. And I think is one stuff you must see. Is an outstanding, like most of the other, or mainly all players, but he's definitely something, a specific one, and I'm very happy for him that he's so successful.
You have to show a lot of emotional intelligence when you've got such an inexperienced team. You've got to be strong. You've got to understand that I think we've achieved a lot in a very short space of time. We broke records every season that we came in the PS, from the NFD PSL. We broke records last season. We broke a record. This season we broke another record. So I think yes, we're under no illusions that we have arrived. We know that it takes 3 to 4, 5 years to build a solid, consistent team. And sometimes you will sign players, and it might not work out. Sometimes you'll sign players that will fit in. I just think that we just need to get some of the senior players to really come to the party, because as Coach Ernst was saying there, you need the experience to 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 guide the younger players, to lift them up. So if that experience doesn't come to the party, um, it makes it very, very difficult. So you always need the core players to sort of pick up the younger players. But we're under no illusions that we've still got a long way to go. We've got a long way to go. But we are very proud of what we've achieved. Yes, we didn't get it right on the day today, but we certainly have we've got a clear understanding that we have to improve in a lot of areas. And I think our biggest problem, as I said, has been the readiness in depth. You know, there is depth, but the readiness sometimes lets us down a little bit. But in saying that, there's no excuses. We are disappointed, obviously, but we understand where we are. There's no ways you can come in just in your second season and believe that you can compete on the same footing with Kaizer Chiefs and Pirates and all that. But we are learning and we are growing. And this was a great, great lesson for a lot of the young players. So we are growing and we're learning, and we'll keep on learning, as I said. And we know where we want to go, and we know what we want to achieve.
What I said, why your sleeping time gets a little bit shorter, the 1 or 2 days before you try to figure out what's done, and yeah, I think it was important for us to create something where we ourselves feel comfortable with the players we had available. And I think actually the movement was dragging the players into certain direction, was stretching them here and there, horizontal, vertical. We had clear ideas about in which way we want to do. It's always a little bit different. It's always a little bit of looking into the opponent, coming there and try to make it a bit more difficult for each and everybody. And yeah, sometimes works, and most of the time, thanks God, it works. Obviously, during the season with the players you have, the players understand. We chat, we discuss. We have these core players who can direct it. In terms of producing a buffer, I think it's not so important. I think actually we should now go reflect this game going forward, going into the next game, and yeah, of course we read the results on the other field, but seriously, in the moment, let's be confident and be busy with ourselves. Our reference point is the last game. We played it just finished an hour ago, and that is what we are looking into it. And the next game was in Cape Town on Sunday. Watched Cape Town City making their first win. A team with a huge potential. In the moment, not really working with a lot of confidence, but we have to be on our best again. And good, that is what we are doing. We are busy with this and not really looking into it where Pirates, where Sundowns, where Wits, where Supersport, all this competition teams is not really our duty. Yeah. Okay. Must I go back to this result in January 2019? I hope so not. And this is not so important. I think we have a different team. We have a different team dynamic in different positions, another quality comparing to the last season. You know what I mean, why we lost this game. As I said, it's a team what probably with now these two results today and on Sunday produces confidence. And if you produce confidence, you're stronger, you're better, you are delivering as a team. And I can imagine that there is a happy moment around coming here, having probably a good crowd and playing whatever is possible. Nothing to lose, have meanwhile a much better position in the league, and yeah, good. But again, we respect it. We are busy with it, watching what is coming on their side. They brought in a defender, a foreigner, very, very qualified, simple, easy, organizing the back. That was one handicap probably what they had before. They have a number of players in a forward movement with pace, with really being able to surprise an opponent. But good, okay. Let's see. We are prepare ourselves with a certain respect, and hopefully we will make it.